Welcome, everybody. My name is Miguel Ángel Parra, and today I invite you to explore a new way of learning using digital technologies for the students in order to learn English. So we can say that sometimes in our class we use some digital technology, some cloud technology, and those kind of technological devices in order to develop our class. We have, of course, virtual reality, online courses, gamification, 3D printing, and all these digital technologies have the same purpose, to personalize learning. So with the use of technology, you can personalize their learning for each student in order to have better results. That means that every individual is able to learn on his own rate, on his own speech, at any time, at anywhere, using any gadget. So we have to understand that technology is part of our lives. And as teachers have to rethink about how the way of these digital technologies can be included into the class. So technology is the language that students love to speak. And we as teachers need to know that we cannot reject the use of technology in education. We have to take the role of good learners, of good teachers, and improve our teaching practice using technology. So finally, what we're going to learn here is that whatever kind of digital technology can be useful to personalize learning. The first one is Go Formative, and I really love this app because it provides the opportunity to maintain a real contact with your students at your classroom or out of the classroom. So you can check their responses, you can check their advances in real time. And of course, we have another educational technology app, which is Plickers. Plickers is an assessment tool. So with this app, the only thing that you can do is scan your students' responses through two important points. The first one is with your cell phone, and the second one is with a Q card form. So there are three steps. The first one, prepare your class. The second one, you have to scan the answers, the students' answers. And finally, you are going to review the results. This is how it works. In your QA card, you are going to find a number and a letter. So students can manipulate this card by routing according to they consider what is the best answer. We're going to explore it later. And this is how a class looks like when you use Plickers. So you as a teacher use your cell phone and students use their QR codes. The first thing that you have to know is that you need to work with your topic. Okay, so please go open your computer and start looking for your topic to work on it, on this task, please. Dear workshop participants, consider the next requirements. The first one, the course level, unit and topic, function, vocabulary, and student's age. Okay, the first step is that you are going to type on the browse formative, click on it, and you're gonna click the first link, the first option. Okay, so you're gonna have this kind of screen, and you're gonna put into sign in. In a first, let's set up your account as a teacher or as a student. So let's click as a teacher. And of course, you have to sign up with your email. Can be your personal email or your student's school email. So it appears this screen into your left front, and the first thing that you have to do is to create a class. So let's point here, classes. It looks like you don't have any active classes at the moment. Click here to join a class. So let's join to a class. Sorry, you have to click on the blue button, the second option, practice sets. And let's click on the blue button, create. You can create a set. The important thing about these EdTech apps is that you are going to give the opportunity to students to explore a task and reinforce the topic. So let's create manually. And you're going to have this kind of a screen. So the first thing is that we're going to explore the vocabulary. In my case, I select the unit 8 with the topic, what's your profession? And I decided to use the vocabulary farmer, nurse, painter, waitress, dentist. So the first thing is that we're going to explore vocabulary. So make sure that you have your vocabulary list, and we're going to create cards. Okay, so here you're going to put the vocabulary in English. In this case, I'm gonna put nurse. So on the forehead, you're going to write the vocabulary in English and came back in Spanish. Enfermera. So once you have your first card, you add here, click on the plus, and you add another card. And of course, you also can add some pictures in order to make more interesting for your students. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is to download some pictures in order to add to the cards. The first opportunity to your students to practice English is through these cards. So you have three options. You can use it as a flashcard, as a partido, or as a prueba, as a quiz. So let's practice flashcards. So you can project in your classroom this kind of a flashcard, and students can interact with you through this vocabulary. For example, students, please repeat after me. Teacher. What teacher means? Yes, right. So what's this profession? Yes. What's the meaning in Spanish? Cajera. And you finish the first. So you can also make as a quiz, so students can use this quiz to practice and to reinforce the vocabulary. For example, what's her profession? Maestro, bombero, mecánico, o cajera? Okay. Okay, so once you already have your vocabulary cards, the next step is that you are going to create your class. You are going to personalize your class and your activity. In my case, this is an English basic course. Ratings, you have to select what's the level of your students. In my case, this is the 4th. Subject, English. So once you create your class, it's going to appear like that, English basic course. Once you create your class, the next step is that you have to add your students. My best recommendation is to create a QR code, and this is where the magic starts, okay? You as a teacher have the opportunity to design your own task according to the student's level, to the student's English level, to the student's age, according to the topic. And of course, you can use your creativity to implement into this task. Once you have this first part, the second part is to start and create your own activities. So we're going to start by doing manually. Let's click on the blue button, and you're going to have all of these options and to create. And you can select another tool, for example, multiple choice. Okay, so when you have your task, you can put the points that you want to evaluate. In this case, for these questions, I'm gonna put 10 points to evaluate. I'm going to show you this formative, which I applied to my students who study in elementary school. And also I added some audio in order to pronounce the vocabulary.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Please listen carefully the pronunciation of the professions and send me an audio repeating the professions, please.
Then I give the opportunity to students to put in practice their creativity and to draw a profession that the students wants to be. So draw your favorite professions. Then I decided to make these sentences, put the words in the correct order to make a sentence. And of course, I put a field blank to students give the opportunity to complete the sentence. And I assign 6 points for that. And also I include this picture. Finally, I conclude the activity by saying this one, what would you like to be when you grow up? Write about it. So you can check what your students wants to be in the future. And all these questions you can evaluate through this app. Okay. Let's continue. So I'm going to show you, once you already finish your task for your students, you can make a preview about how your students are going to see the task. So click on Vista Previa. And this is how it looks to your student's device. This is the first part, the picture, the instructions. I put it in English and Spanish. I also add an audio, the GIF, the vocabulary, my audio, the draw, the sentences. So this is how the student is going to work on his own device. And then the next step, you have to assign this task. Please click on assigned, and you're going to select the class that you are going to work with. So if you scan the code, you can see the instructions for the task, and you can also see that we can reproduce the audio. Students can be able to work on his cell phone, on his computer by doing these tasks. So I'm going to show you the results of my students when I apply these tasks for them. And you can see here all the responses for my students. So you can evaluate each student according to their English level and according to how much they learn through the class. In this occasion, let's see what Luis has to us. Let's listen.
Fireman, vet, architect, mechanic, singer, cashier, bus driver, teacher.
Okay, so that is the answer of my student who is Luis, and I have the opportunity to evaluate him according to the points, 4 points, 2 points, etc. So then you have the answers, all the answers for all your students, Paola, Sofia, Aaron, Akatzin, Camila, and you're going to evaluate each of your exercises. And finally, what is the future of education? Please think about it. What is the future of education? The future of education is you. You have the power to decide how you are going to implement your teaching classes with technology. As McBride 2020 mentioned, 21, in truth, the most influential factor a school can invest is the teacher, because technology alone changes nothing. You have the power. It's in your hands to make a real change for this world. Thank you very much.